The WNBA world is being rocked by the playoffs, but not in the ways we anticipated. Caitlin Clark made her playoff debut against the Connecticut Sun, but what should have been her shining moment quickly turned into a nightmare. The game had just started when the Suns mounted a comeback. Carrington made a contentious play that altered the entire outcome of the game by striking Clark square in the eye. For those who are used to watching Clark dominate the court, what happened next was heartbreaking. The player who drains three-pointers as if it were the easiest thing in the world just vanished. Clark, known for her accurate three-point shooting, spent the remainder of the game struggling to see her way to victory. Clark finished the game with just 11 points, far less than her regular season average of over 20 points a game. However, her shooting performance was the worst. She tried 17 shots and made just 4, for a dismal 23.5% success rate. The disabled her entire game assists were impacted by her vision. Additionally, the most annoying thing was removed from Clark's trademark. Was witnessing Clark attempt to force plays that would normally be simple for her. Her precise passes ended up in the hands of opponents, and her shots in her sleep hit the rim, or didn't even come close. The incident affected not only Clark, but the entire Indiana Fever team as well. As soon as she realized her star wasn't playing at her best by the end of the game, with defeat imminent, the disappointment was evident on everyone's face. The big question was whether the league would formally address the incident. Many were expecting a statement from the WNBA regarding the play, while others were betting on a fine for Dijonai Carrington. While some believe there will only be a public slap on the wrist, one rumor that has gained traction is that Carrington might be suspended. Analysts are comparing this play to previous incidents in an attempt to determine whether the league will find this serious enough to keep Carrington out of the next game, and the series would be greatly affected by such a decision. Discussions also revolve around the refereeing issue. Many people think that the officials will be more watchful and that the officiating will be more stringent in the upcoming game. There are those who claim that any more intense contact with Clark will result in a foul call being called right away. What about Clark herself? With all eyes on the Fever's medical staff, will she be allowed to play in the upcoming game? If so, will she wear eye protection? The big question is how Caitlin Clark will feel if she takes the court at full strength. We can anticipate a revenge performance. Clark makes a spectacular comeback after recovering from her injury, but she's not entirely. Coach Christie's sides will need to rack her brain in that scenario. The question is whether they will stick to the same tactic since it worked in the first game. But what if Clark returns strong? They may have to alter their entire game plan. Mid-game, there is little doubt that Clark will be under constant pressure. The Sun is aware that she is the focal point of the Fever, whether she is hurt or not, so it wouldn't be shocking to see them working double shift on her all the time. The other members of the Fever squad will need to step up. Aaliyah Mitchell and Kelsey Boston will need to assume considerably greater accountability. This game might be the one that defines their careers to date, and we can't overlook the mental component. The audience is one element that could change everything, and losing the first game is difficult. They'll need to have extraordinary mental toughness to turn things around. You can bet that the arena will be crowded with fans cheering on the squad at their home court for the upcoming game. The WNBA's overall future is called into question by this episode. Beyond just being a gifted player, Caitlin Clark is a sensation and a walking revolution in women's basketball. She raised awareness of the sport in ways that haven't been seen in years, drawing crowds to arenas, signing multi-million-dollar TV deals, and engaging on social media. Her appearance caused everything to blow out. But what if this incident is more serious than it first appears to be? What if it is the start of a trend towards more aggressive and physical play versus rising? What if stars this playoff series could ultimately determine the future of physical play in the WNBA? If the league does not take decisive action or confront this incident head-on, it may set a dangerous precedent. On the one hand, the WNBA has a fantastic opportunity to capitalize on the Caitlin Clark effect and elevate the league to a new level, but on the other hand, it runs the risk of witnessing its new icon being snuffed out by excessively physical play or worse, injuries. As teams try to counteract their influence on the court, young stars joining the league may experience an increase in aggression. This could drastically alter the way the game is played, possibly moving it towards a more physical defense-driven style that could erode the offensive. The WNBA is at a turning point in its history, and what happens next could define the league's course for years to come. The delicate balance between player protection and preserving the competitive edge of the game has never been more delicate for Caitlin Clark, whose next game is more than just a chance to make amends. It's a chance to demonstrate that she is more than just a shooting star, but a resilient in women's basketball. Force requires a careful balance. It's not just about Clark. It's about all the young players who are emerging about the future of the sport and what we want women's basketball to be going forward. This incident and playoff series could be a turning point. It could be the time when the WNBA decides what kind of league it wants to be in the upcoming years. One that protects and promotes its talents, or one that allows them to be neutralized by force. How do you maintain the intensity and excitement of the sport without endangering your biggest stars? How can you make sure that Clark can shine without making the game too soft? The answer to this question will influence not only Caitlin Clark's career, but also the future of all professional women's basketball, not just the remainder of this playoff series. If you enjoyed this analysis and want to stay up to date on everything happening in the WNBA, especially during this playoff season that promises to be historic, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon too, so you don't miss any videos. What did you all think about this whole situation with Caitlin Clark? Do you think it was intentional or just an unfortunate play of the game? Should the WNBA take any action or leave things as they are? I want to see everyone commenting below. Share your theories, opinions, and even your predictions for the next game. Your opinions are very important. I swear to provide you with the most up-to-date behind-the-scenes news and the most insightful league analysis. I hope to see you soon. The Tipping Point.